Hello, my name is Teresa Drozdowska and I'm a specialist breastfeeding lead working in the NHS in the community area within the health visiting team, so I cover Nottinghamshire. I'm here to tell you about our Breastfeeding Friendly in the community scheme, what it is and how you can join the scheme for free. So over the years, many mothers have said that one of the barriers they face is breastfeeding out and about. And so what we would like to do is to support them so when they do feed out and about, they're not worried or anxious, feeling that somebody might come and ask them to move along or leave, because this isn't a nice experience for them. And also it affects their feed so that the milk flow to the baby is reduced, so the baby gets less of a feed. Also, we know that so many mothers give up so much sooner than they would really like, so this is the opportunity to support them as much as possible. The Equality Act of 2010 clearly clarifies that it is unlawful for any business to discriminate against a mother or parent who breastfeeds. And so businesses would be breaking the law if they ask a mum to move or to go somewhere else. This scheme was introduced in Gedling in about 2015 and it soon spread across the rest of Nottinghamshire. So what we're hoping that the scheme will do, it will support mums and parents to be able to breastfeed safely and comfortably. We also hope that to support venues to provide a welcoming and supportive place for mums to come and breastfeed. And we hope that this will normalise breastfeeding and chest feeding in our communities. And so this scheme is for any business, any venue, any library, transport service like bus service, anyone that would like to join our Breastfeeding Friendly scheme. So why does it matter? So Amy Brown, a breastfeeding expert, and also UNICEF Baby Friendly, both state that it is our collective responsibility to support mums and parents to breastfeed, as it affects us all. So it affects the health of the baby. As the baby grows through to adulthood, it would benefit the person throughout their life if they breastfeed. It affects our health service, as breastfeeding babies have fewer trips to GPs. It also supports mums' physical, emotional and mental health. It supports our environment, so breastfeeding doesn't adversely affect the environment, it's sustainable and there's zero waste. It affects our education system because we know that breastfeeding helps to develop the brain, in particular the cognitive part of the brain and also the communication part of the brain. And so children are healthy and confident to enjoy their school life. So, how does the scheme work? Tracy, lovely to see you again.
Hello.
What's your role in the scheme?
So my name's Tracy Bird, I'm a Health and Wellbeing Officer at Ashfield District Council and I lead on the scheme for the Ashfield District. There is other colleagues in the county do a similar role to me, which support their districts to become breastfeeding friendly spaces.
So if Costa Coffee, for example, on the high street or local bus service would like to join the scheme and become breastfeeding friendly in the community, what would they need to do?
What they'll need to do is just contact the local council really to find out who their breastfeeding lead is for the scheme, and then from there what they'll do is make contact with the organisation business to get the right information to them around the self-assessment. So this is a form that's got tick boxes on it basically to see if they can meet the criteria for the scheme. One of the criteria is around making sure that the venue has got a space, or there is a space there available for mums to feel confident, warm and cosy whilst feeding their baby. So the scheme, what they'll have to do is fill the self-assessment form in and then get it back to that lead person within the local authority. What happens from then is that it gets distributed to the local children's centre, where the breastfeeding peer support team will actively go out to the organisation and visit them to ensure that they can fulfil the accreditation for the programme.
Okay, lovely. And so if the business is contacting the council, is it quite easy to get through to the named lead like yourself for the scheme?
Yeah, basically what it normally means is that they will just need to send an email or have a telephone conversation with that person. Like I say, if they ring the main reception, their customer services, they will be able to put them through to that department. Yeah.
Lovely. That sounds quite simple then.
Yeah. It is very easy to sign up to the scheme, and if you as a business or an organisation want to be involved but not sure if you can meet the criteria, we can try and help and support you as much as we can to ensure that you do become a breastfeeding friendly space.
Lovely. Thanks, Tracy.
Thank you.
Hello, I'm Sonia Lane. I'm the breastfeeding champion for Getling Children's Centres, and I am part of the Breastfeeding Friendly scheme. So the way that we operate in Getling is I receive the assessment forms from the council, and then my role is to then get in touch with the venues who have asked to be breastfeeding friendly venues and arrange for an appointment to then go and do the assessment. I normally do this with one of my breastfeeding peer supporters, and the aim is to then get involved the breastfeeding peer supporters with the whole process from start to finish.
Hi, my name's Sarah Hall. I'm a breastfeeding peer support volunteer. So I go with Sonia to venues that have applied to be part of the breastfeeding community scheme. So what we do when we go out to venues is we want to check that they've got a nice comfortable seating that's nice and clean, so breastfeeding mothers feel comfortable and supported. We want to provide the mums with a comfortable environment. We want to make sure that all the staff are supportive of breastfeeding mums. And also we want to make sure that they know what to do in the event of a complaint. So if a customer makes a complaint about a breastfeeding mum, we need to make sure that the staff understand why it's important that the breastfeeding mum is never made to move, and that the other customer will be given the option to move somewhere else. Also, breastfeeding mums sometimes like to feed in private, so if they have a private room, and that should never be in a toilet, and it should be nice and clean. If they haven't got a private room, then that's absolutely fine, but if they can find some other means of making it a little bit private, so a nice chair in the corner that's nice and comfortable, is really nice. We also like to see that everywhere's nice and clean, and once we've checked that everything is fine like that, they can be accredited with the certificate that they can put on their wall, and also a sticker that could be on the door, so people see when they go to the venue before they go in that they are breastfeeding accredited. As an example, one of the venues that we've visited is Morrison's in Netherfield. So we visited there, and it was accredited for a breastfeeding community scheme. My friend works in the cafe, and afterwards we've got a lot of feedback since they've been accredited from my friend. So she said that lots of more mums are now using the cafe to breastfeed in, and they feel very comfortable and supported by the staff. So we know that the feedback that we've had from mums that have visited accredited venues that are breastfeeding friendly is that they feel so supported, and the staff are so friendly, and it means that they find it a lot easier to breastfeed, they feel more comfortable, in which case it enriches the community of breastfeeding.
The breastfeeding accreditation does last for 1 year, so as soon as it's ready for renewal, I'll contact you, or somebody from your local council will contact you for the re-accreditation of the scheme. What that means is that we'll run through the self-assessment very, very briefly. If there's been no changes within your organisation, what it does mean is that I'll just need to send you out a new certificate and just check with everything else.
So for larger organisations such as leisure centres, we do provide a PowerPoint slide presentation so you can share that or distribute it with all your staff that give the messages about the importance of breastfeeding and the staff's role within the scheme, so it'll make it easier for all the staff to be on board. So we hope this has been helpful. We'd like as many venues as possible to join our schemes, for example libraries, transport services like bus service,
Community groups,
leisure centres, theme park cafes,
GP surgeries, could be anywhere.
nurseries, and anyone. We'd be really pleased to work with you. So just contact your local council and get directed to the named council lead. And once you've been accredited, we provide a directory that we send out with all the accredited venues. We share this with pregnant women and women that breastfeed so that women know where to come to be welcome for breastfeeding, and that will make such a difference to so many families. Thank you.